Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing atop a mountain, surveying kingdoms stretching beyond the horizon, all yours. This was Solomon's reality. Yet his greatest wealth wasn't in his palaces, but in principles that made poverty impossible. Principles that still work today with mathematical precision. Most financial advice fails because it focuses on money. Solomon focused on the mind. What you're about to discover isn't another budgeting trick, but the operating system of wealth that outlasts civilizations. The average person is financially illiterate not by chance, but by design. Schools teach obedience, not ownership. Media glorifies consumption, not creation. Solomon warned, the foolishness of a man ruins his way. See yourself clearly. Are you building someone else's empire with your 9 to 5? Does your bank account have more subscriptions than investments? When you hear stock market, does your stomach tighten? This isn't judgment, it's diagnosis. The first wealth secret is realizing you've been given a pauper's playbook in a king's game. Ecclesiastes 11:2 isn't poetry, it's the first recorded diversification strategy. Divide your portion among 7 or even 8. Modern translation, one income stream equals Russian roulette. The math is merciless. One stream means 100% failure risk, 3 streams mean 33% failure risk, 7 streams mean just 14% failure risk. Your assignment today isn't to quit your job, it's to identify one dormant asset you own and monetize it by week's end. Not for the money, for the mental shift. Proverbs contains a wealth algorithm so simple we ignore it. The ant stores in summer to survive winter. Here's the elite preparation. Maintain 6 months' expenses across 3 liquid vehicles, cash, metals, stablecoins. Have 1% of every dollar earned go to an untouchable crisis vault. Master one trade that's valuable in any economy, mechanics, medicine, coding. This isn't paranoia, it's the price of sovereignty. Solomon's harshest warning, the borrower becomes the lender's slave. Modern banks didn't invent debt slavery, they perfected it. The wealthy use debt as a scalpel, precise, sterile, purposeful. The poor use it as anesthesia, to numb today's pain for tomorrow's amputation. Your debt audit starts now. List every liability with its interest rate. Anything above 7% gets the avalanche treatment, minimums on all, excess to highest rate. Freeze all credit lines until net worth turns positive. Solomon's temple wasn't just beautiful, it was mathematically precise. Your wealth requires the same engineering. Build productive assets that pay you. Rental properties, royalties, automated businesses. Maintain defensive assets that protect you. Gold, Bitcoin, offshore structures. Include aspirational assets that appreciate. Fine art, vintage cars, intellectual property. Most portfolios are lopsided, heavy on paper, light on substance. Rebalance yours to withstand siege warfare. Ecclesiastes reveals a shocking truth. There's a season to accumulate and a season to deploy. The wealthy don't just save, they strike when blood is in the streets. In boom times, convert cash flow into hard assets. In bust times, convert reserves into distressed opportunities. During panic events, become the liquidity provider. This isn't market timing, it's pattern recognition. Study 2008's aftermath. Watch who bought cheap. Emulate them. Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered displays folly. Build your wealth preservation protocol. Implement the 72-hour rule. No financial decisions during emotional spikes. Apply the 10-year test. Will this matter in a decade? Use the mentor filter. Run all major moves by someone who's lost more than you'll ever own. Your biggest threat isn't the market, it's the mirror. Solomon collected proverbs like others collect gold. Why? Because applied knowledge compounds faster than money. Allocate 5% of income to education, courses, masterminds, rare books. For every dollar earned, invest 10 cents in understanding its origin. Maintain an anti-news diet. 90% of financial media exists to trigger emotional trades. Solomon didn't just build wealth, he architected dynasties. Your bloodline's future is being decided today by your financial hygiene. Convert income into systems, businesses, intellectual property. Teach your children asset management, not just allowance spending. Establish trust with incentive clauses for education and entrepreneurship. Most families lose wealth by the 3rd generation because they inherit money without mindset. Break the cycle by making financial education a rite of passage. Precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. Maintain a decoy account with a normal bank balance visible to outsiders. Build your privacy stack. LLCs, trusts, private foundations. Always have residency and passport alternatives. Elites don't hide wealth, they make it structurally invisible to predators. When others see collapse, Solomon's disciples see harvest season. Keep liquidity reserves. Cash is king during fire sales. Develop distress radar. Track commercial real estate defaults, estate liquidations. Cultivate a barter network with specialists, lawyers, appraisers. The 2008 crisis created more millionaires than any boom. Will you be positioned for the next reset? Solomon exchanged gold for wisdom. Modern translation: network surpasses net worth. Your net worth mirrors your 5 closest contacts. Always have 3 advisors, one older, one peer, one protege. Deposit value in relationships before making withdrawals. Money follows wisdom, not the reverse. Solomon didn't pray for riches, he engineered systems that made wealth inevitable. Allocate 10% to seed money, investments that create passive income. Dedicate 20% to knowledge acquisition, the only appreciating asset you always own. Live on 70%, adjusted ruthlessly to preserve the first 30%. This isn't budgeting, it's reverse engineering abundance. Violate this order and you'll always chase money. Honor it and money follows you. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Spread assets across jurisdictions. Hold digital, physical, and intellectual assets. Maintain dollars, gold, Bitcoin, and barter capacity. Most so-called diversification is window dressing. True anti-fragility means thriving when systems fail. Your final exam, write 2 letters. Describe to your future self the life your financial discipline is building. Explain to your heirs why you chose certain structures, trusts, education clauses. Wealth without transmission is noise. Solomon's proverbs still speak because he codified his wisdom. Will yours? Give me 5 years and I'll show you your future. Eliminate all high-interest debt in year 1. Establish 3 passive income streams by year 3. Achieve 50% coverage of living expenses through assets by year 5. The clock starts now. The blueprint is complete. The rest is execution.